I was smoking up some brisket for a New Year's party.
19 pounds of man meat.
And you know what it had me thinking? Why don't I have more meat in the places that it matters? No, I'm not talking about the refrigerator. I'm not talking about the freezer. I'm talking about the arms. Why are they not 17 inches yet? Why do I feel like I'm a skinny bitch? These are the life's questions that I want to answer today, because when I looked under the Christmas tree of gains this year, I did not see 17-inch arms for me. And that's a bummer. But I don't want to go through a bulk phase. I don't want to gain fat to try and get big arms. What I want to do is I want to cut fat while I gain muscle on my arms. And in this video, we're going to figure out, is that even possible? And we're going to see if in 30 days, I can lose at least 3 pounds of body fat while gaining arms. Let's get into it.
So the first step, I gotta stimulate growth. And you just think, oh, Alex, just do bicep curls and tricep pushdowns. That's all you need. Wrong. That's a mistake I made for years. The game is intensity times volume. This is intensity. I look at my face. I look like I'm trying to squeeze one out after eating an all-you-can-eat buffet at a food court mall. Now, we got to hit the arms from every angle, every way, and I'm going to be doing 20 sets of biceps, 20 sets of triceps twice a week just to make sure I get it done. RIP to those arms. I'm also only going to do shoulders, back, legs, and chest once per week, just so I can recover from all this arm volume. These are the calories I'm going to be eating. I am a bit of a bandit, so I've been locked out of freezers before. But this is where my physique's at. I've got some cuts. There's some downlighting here, but I got some abs showing up, and that looks cool. But I want to get rid of some of the belly fat I still got.
You're at 16 and 1 tick under a half.
Like that. Not the half.
Not the half. 1 tick less.
And then for 30 days, I just grunted it out. So, like, the worst part about this was how much time it took. Honestly, my arms were just beat up. It took a long time, but it made me appreciate that the more, sometimes volume is the problem, right? If you hit your arms from every angle multiple times and go to failure, or at least near failure, and progress in weight, like, you can make progress. And that's what I did the entire time. But every day I went into this, because I was trying to hit my arms, it was an absolute war. I was like going to war with myself, trying to force growth. And that's kind of like the mindset that I had with this, because I knew that if I wanted to not, bulk basically, if I wanted to cut weight but still grow my arms, I need to do something I'd never done before. 160 sets later.
Inches?
Feet.
It's still you freak.
Why'd I laugh like that? What the hell?
Thickest part?
Biggest. Fattest. Let's try not to block the camera this time. Maybe we gotta go like that. Come on. Come on, baby. Tell me what it is.
Literally squeezing so hard to try and make the biggest measurement.
16 and just over a half.
Oh, just over a half?
Yeah.
That's some gains.
Yeah? What was it before?
16.4.
Oh!
So that's
It's a little bit of gains.
that's a 0.1 right there. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, man.
Woo! And here's what my body looks like. I'm happy that I grew some on my arms, but honestly, I wish I grew more. So I'm going to keep doing this challenge and see if I can get those 17-inch arms. But I'm stoked with the progress. On the left-hand side, I'm smiling and shit. I thought this was the peak for me, I thought this was like as lean as I could get. And I was like, well, let's take it a little further. I just believe that I was like a boxy person, chubby, and I believe so many things about myself that I've proven myself wrong on. Like, look how tiny my waist is there. And I still have more to go. So I've learned through doing this for 30 days that you might be wrong about your own body that you've lived in your entire life. And that until you actually push yourself and try new things, you will never discover the truth and you'll never see the beauty of your own body. And I'm so proud I did it. If you also struggle with cutting, I'll put a link to a video on the top right where I laid out all the cutting tips I've learned from trial and error and battling hunger, because I'm definitely a beefy boy and love baked goods. But the real question is like, how did this work? Like, why did this work? And honestly, I think it's because I've never done a lot of these movements that much before. Like, you can hit your biceps in 3 different ways. And then the brachialis is also seen as like a bicep movement, like in this movement right here. You're hitting your brachialis and your bicep. So I haven't been doing a lot of this type of work before. And the triceps, I noticed that I was doing a lot of overhead pressing that I hadn't done before either, or even like push downs, like dips that I hadn't done before. So I think the combination of those 2 things with the volume was great, but in moving forward, I would actually take the volume down. I felt like I was a bit beat up this whole time. I would, instead of taking 40 sets per bicep and tricep per week, I'd probably dial that back maybe to 30, maybe even to 25, honestly. I'm going to try that and see if I continue to grow in my arms or if I stagnate, because maybe the volume just really worked for me. But yeah, that was my progress. I hope you learned something from this video. And the next video is going to be about one of the meals that I actually made during this whole time, which was pancakes. I love this recipe. I literally discovered it like 2 days before the end of my bulk. And it sounds crazy, but literally I ate this meal and the next day I was down to that 190 pounds. I was like, whoa, like what the hell? And I think what it was like, it's not like the meal's magic or anything. It just allowed me to get more protein in than I usually did per day and earlier in the day. So now it made me less hungry. It was way easier to like feel satiated. It felt way easier to like feel like I got that baked good itch, you know, the sweets itch. So yeah, I would highly recommend trying this out. And that's the next video.